Oh my God. This season is one of a kind. Faith the doctor, Sultana the beautician, or call her the formulator. Anyway, guys, Sultana and Faith had a fight. But then do you really feel like Faith was right? Because Faith is a doctor and Sultana is a beautician. Anyway, guys, I'm not going to waste your time. Let's dig deep down into it. But then before we do that, I am Lillian. I am the queen of that here. This is where we get to spill everything in Big Brother's house. This is where we get to put out our opinions about everything that is happening in Big Brother's house. Anyway, guys, without wasting time, please, for those who haven't, subscribe, please hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification button so that whenever I post any video, you're able to watch. Without wasting time, let's get to it. Let's get to this, fight. Anyway, guys, before we get to today, let's not forget. Let me take you back a little bit. So when they brought this task, literally, since it was in Sultana's field, since it was literally more in Sultana's field, it is skincare. Let's not forget, Sultana had told us when she came in, she had introduced herself and said she's the beautician and she's more in skincare and lashes. Let's leave lashes alone. Today's focus is the skincare. And definitely today's task, or call it the task of this week, is more of skincare. That is the first thing. So when they brought it, literally, Sultana had a lot to say. Since this is her field, we've seen everybody in that house. Every time they bring something in their field, they literally have a lot to say. Because we've also seen it with Faith. He had a lot to say when they brought something from his field. Everybody literally has a lot to say when they bring something from their field. And Sultana was trying to explain or to do much of, talking. And what did Faith say? Instead of Faith complimenting Sultana, he just said, "Oh, so today you have a lot to yap. That is beautiful." And I'm like, is that a compliment? Literally, it wasn't giving some more of a compliment. But then we let it slide. I definitely let it slide because that was her fault. She literally had a lot to say. But so when they continued later, I really feel like it did not sit right with Faith. He felt like, Sultana is now taking away his highlights. Because let's not forget, Faith feels like these housemates have passed, or these housemates have won all these Friday wager tasks because of him. That is one thing he believes in his head. He believes, they cannot win a wager task without him. Is that true? Literally, we've seen Big Brothers that we've seen places where people have won. We've seen tasks where people have won without him. I definitely think it is not right. Though we would also appreciate that he has put in a lot of effort. Where he has helped, we still appreciate. But then there is no this statement of they cannot win without him. Anyway, guys, going ahead, like they had a lot. So they came to an agreement, literally, with Sultana and Faith. They came to an agreement that, they would make the things together. And they had a specific time or call it a specific day. So remember yesterday was their independence, literally. And they had a lot. Big Brother had given them a lot, even alcohol, literally. Some of them were tipsy. And this is where they came to say, they should make whatever they were supposed, the body butter they were supposed to make. And then they said something. And she said, why don't we wait? Why don't we wait for Sultana? Because this is literally more like this is Sultana's field. Literally, she knows more about these things. What did Faith do? Faith went to Sultana, who was seated with Isabella, to ask her to come so that they could make the body butter. And I'm like, what's going on? What is this rubbish? And Sultana talked to him and they agreed that they would make the body butter today. After what? After the workout. That was the agreement. And literally, she also said they were a little bit tipsy and also other people were sleeping. So there is no way they could make the body butter. He should be patient up to tomorrow. We thought that was an agreement between the two people. That is what we thought. But then Faith has to feed his ego literally because to him, he feels like to Faith, he feels like everything he says is right. That means they are supposed to make the body butter that day, that minute, just because he says, because his faith, that is him. He must feed his ego. So, dude was uncomfortable. Dude was restless. He couldn't sleep. He couldn't do that. He kept on pretending to think, which we did not know, but then no more Faith, I expected it from him. He came back to the kitchen. And what did he do? He pulled out the ingredients and made the body butter. Was the body butter really the body butter? I definitely the same. No, it literally had missing pages. Even when he went around bragging with the housemates, the way he made it without Sultana, the way he made something without Sultana, Literally, I would say he just wanted to feed his ego. He just wanted to feed that ego in him of talking about, I can still do it without Sultana. He can still do it without Sultana's help or without it. Just literally feeding his ego. And today, after the workout, literally after some time, what did Sultana came to the kitchen and he looked at the body butter Faith had made. Did he argue? Did he try to make something out of it? Definitely no. But then the attitude will literally change because literally she's disappointed. This is something they agreed on, that they would make the body butter literally like 2 days after the workout. But then Faith went ahead to make it without anybody. He literally made it alone. And, when he was talking about Sultana is supposed to stay in the kitchen and make all this, he forgot he made the body butter alone. But then we shall get to that point. So Sultana looked at it, and then Capable and Dede said they were going to do the body scrub. So they were making the body scrub. Where Sultana also told them, please, if you're to make that, double boil the things, double boil the oils, and also double boil the butter, so that it could be nice, because that is her field. Definitely, he knows how things go. And she went ahead to ask, tell them, and she moved away and also came back and asked them if they're about to finish. And, Dede was like, yeah, that is the last product. Literally, also Capable said he was about to finish. And we're like, okay. And Faith was talking about, if you want to do these things, do them. If you want to do this. And I'm like, what's wrong with this dude? Yesterday night, you were doing whatever you were doing. Nobody came for you. You were doing them even without this housemate, even when it is a group thing. You did it alone. Nobody put pressure on you. And definitely the housemates are supposed to be pissed at him because he did something without their consent or without them. But then they're all still chill. They're cool. They're, letting him feed his ego the way he does all the time. And, he's putting up, a situation literally, like, do it. And, she went ahead to explain, like, look, she cannot do it when these people are still doing whatever they were doing, which was a body scrub. And also having all these things on the table, she cannot, definitely, because they would contaminate whatever she's doing. Let's not forget, we are dealing with skincare. Definitely, they would get contaminated. The ingredients would get contaminated because these people are still making the body scrub. So she said she would do after doing the scrub. She will, formulate that lotion or make the lotion after they're doing with that body scrub. She pulled out the ingredients, prepared them, and decided to go. What did Faith do? Pulled out the ingredients. Started, like literally saying this. And I'm like, what's wrong with this one? What's wrong with Faith? And after some time, he called he called Sultan. And after something like 5 minutes later, after some time, Sultana came back. They were still going back and forth. You said you want to do this thing, do them. It is a group thing. And I'm like, what's wrong with this dude? What's wrong with this dude? Because everything he was saying wasn't making sense. You chose to do the body butter. You did. Dede and Capable chose to make the body scrub. They were doing it. Sultana chose the body lotion, and she said she was going to do more formulate or do the body lotion after Dede and Capable doing the scrub. What was the problem? They still had enough time. It's not like the deadline was, in the morning. They still had all the time. So she could make whatever she said, because let's not forget she's in this field. Definitely she thought she could do it. What was Faith's problem? Just because, he feels like, since he said he's supposed to feed his ego, they're supposed to do it at that time. I'm like, what's wrong with this guy? And and Sultana was still explaining, and after some time, I didn't think she lost, where, Faith was trying to say, now the attitude forward. If you say anything, I will pour all these things down. He would pour the things down. And who? And Sultana was, dare me. That was literally, Faith, you dare me. I would pour all the things down. I'm like, what's wrong with this doctor? Which doctor wants to pour the ingredients that are supposed to treat people's skins down? Which doctor is that now? So that the patients could come to the hospital and you bill them or what? I could pour all these things down. And I'm like, what's wrong with Dr. Faith? What did Sultana do? She just packed her ingredients in that bucket I decided to move away. And Faith said, come back. You go do it in the kitchen. This is the group thing. I'm like, dude, did you forget that then when you are making your body butter, nobody was in that kitchen with him. Nobody interrupted. He was literally alone. At that point, he forgot it was a group thing. It was a group wager. But then since Sultana is then going to make her body lotion, he feels like, she cannot do it alone. This is when it becomes the group thing. This is when she's supposed to stay in the kitchen. But then let's not forget, this is something for the skin, literally. She did not want it to be contaminated. She was waiting for these other people to finish so that she could do it. Faith started dragging, put it down. You cannot take our thing. This is the group. And I'm like, what's wrong with this? Doctor, what's wrong with Faith? They started dragging the things. Just let the bucket be. And I'm like, oh, Faith started pulling, going up and down, back and forth with the bucket just because of the ingredients. Faith? Really? This was too much this time. What did Faith? Faith literally dragged Sultana. Sultana was then on the floor. At this point, I expected those doctor characteristics of Faith to come out, to be like, oh, are you hurt? Or trying to check if Sultana's, ankle is okay. Because definitely she must have twisted the ankle. Because when she stood up, she was crying like, oh, literally the pain, that feeling of the pain, trying to express yourself with the pain. That was what Sultana was doing. Doctor did not do anything. Doctor did not come to check on whatever he had done. At that point, I literally asked myself, what other, I don't know how. But then when they're giving those doctor licenses, that they call doctor license or medical license, whatever it is, do they consider people's morals at this point? I really feel like, maybe they should also start considering them. They should also give them tests about the morals. Because what was that literally? It wasn't giving any characteristic of a doctor. Maybe if they told me he's in charge of the research, that people are always behind that, I'll be like, oh, but then a doctor who attends to patients. After we, the viewers watching all this, who literally entrust you, Faith, with their patient. Me personally, I ask myself, okay, Faith wants to feed his ego all the time. What happens when he's treating a patient and maybe some other doctor comes in to give a hand? What happens? Isn't it fighting literally? Okay, for those people who said he's a surgeon, if he's trying to operate a patient and maybe a doctor who is better than him comes in and he wants to give a hand, what happens? Or if there is a better doctor than him on the crew that is going to operate or, carry out the surgery, and, Faith with his ego, he really wants to always be in the front. What literally happens in that theater? I had a lot of questions, me personally, to ask myself because it was giving a lot. If he always wants to feed his ego, if he always feels like he's the better one, what happens in that hospital where he's the doctor? Don't they always have the back and forth all the time? It wasn't making sense to me. I really hope it is a game he's trying to play to get to the money. But that was literally so weird. That was dirty. That was so ghetto. The way he say, let's fight, guys. Do you know whatever he used to abuse Emisi? The way he used to tell Emisi, ghetto, whatever. Today, that was literally what Faith was, giving to us. That whatever Faith was giving, that was so ghetto. It was so ghetto, I'm not gonna lie. It was so ghetto and it was literally not nice. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this back and forth. Let me know what you think about this Faith's fight with Sultana. Do you really think Faith was right to do whatever he did? Or maybe he could have done better? Him being a doctor, he would have done better. And you think Sultana is the problem or Faith is the problem? Anyway, guys, let's meet in the comment section. I love you so much. Meet you in my next video. Bye.